Welcome to your reveal for chakra card number 3. I'm Robin Carlion from Robin's Authentic Tarot, and thank you for visiting my channel. All right, so the third chakra is the root chakra. This card is possessions, and I know it looks creepy. I know it looks that way, but there is a lot to this card. I actually, I did used to get triggered by this card when it used to come up, and now I really appreciate it. I really love this card. This one here, root chakra, it's talking about it's talking about money. It's talking about being organized with money. It's talking about, allowing yourself to accumulate wealth and not feeling bad for it. There's all sorts of different ways, like, you know, money is evil, but it's not that way at all. It's our birthright. We all deserve to earn money. And there's a lot of mindset that goes into that. And this is something that we can all struggle with, and that we can all, that need to restructure. There's so much more to this. So let's get to this. It's called possessions. So possessions, this one here is like what you have. So the possessions in in the root chakra, that is like the lower, like just under the pelvis, all the way down to your feet, okay? So your tree trunks, your roots into the ground, okay? That root chakra, that is what it is. It's like everything that keeps you sturdy, that keeps you standing, okay? And so this one, possessions, as in things that we accumulate. So there are, it's interesting because I'll just use me as an example for a moment. There was a time when I did have like a lot of things, and now I realized that none of that is important. You know, I've had different houses, I've had different vehicles, and none of that is important. Yes, to have a house to raise my kids in, I did that. And now, you know, we have those memories, but just material things, they're not important. They're not important. It's nice to have. It's nice to accumulate things like possessions or material things that I have would be my crystals, you know. I love that. My tarot cards, my oracle cards, things that really mean a lot to me. But there's a lot to say about cleaning stuff out. There's a lot to say about cleaning your house out. There's a lot to say about donating things and saying, you know what, do I really need that? Do I really need that possession? And things come and they go. Some things we have those emotional attachments to, some things that we don't, and we just kind of have them. Like, there's so many things, right? And so there's just a beautiful part of what Spirit is saying is there needs to be a lot of organization, as in our foundation. We always need to restructure our foundation, okay? So this one here, so it says belongings, it says finances, it says assets and treasures. So with the treasure part, the treasure is, yes, you can attract money. You can attract wealth. Absolutely, we all can. It, again, is to do with the mindset. And there's nothing wrong with attracting that. And there's nothing wrong with living a beautiful, gorgeous, abundant life. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But there's sometimes when people can get fixated on, oh, you know, I don't have this, I'm worthless, you know, like, so it's not that at all. It's like, again, using me as an example, I have visited other countries and see that they don't have a lot. I remember I came home and I got rid of like half the stuff I had in my house because I was like, what on earth am I doing? Why do I have all this stuff here? I don't need it. Things are just around to look nice and stuff. And it's just really interesting on the experiences that I go through, where once, you know, I was the person that had to have the big house, had to have the nice vehicle, and have all of that, like keeping up with the Joneses. Now, that's the furthest from my mind. The furthest from my mind. I am good with, like, if the possessions that I have, they can fit in a backpack, that's all I need. And that is the way that I live my life now. And I love it. I feel happy. I feel harmonious. A lot more harmonious than back then. And when I say back then, there were times when, you know, I was not connected to myself at all. And there is the massive, like, connection, awakening, everything that I've gone through to be where I am today. And I mean, I wouldn't change anything, and I'm so grateful for all of those lessons. But this is just, this card here, it's like there's that balance. There's that balance with the belongings, with the finances, with the assets, with the treasures. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having investments and having money that is in your bank accounts or whatever investment accounts that you have, and going out and experiencing life. There's a lot of, like, looking at things from different perspectives. You know, what is it that's important to you? And, you know, there's a lot of people that are now changing their minds and saying, hey, you know what? I don't necessarily want to be or live in a place where I'm just constantly just working to pay bills. There's something where, you know, like, there's a lot of people that are moving to different countries and just living a more abundant life. And it's something that I'm doing, but there's other things as, like, you know, deep meditation and a lot of spiritual work as well. But anyway, so I'm using that as an example, and I'm using that as, yes, definitely accumulate wealth. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You deserve it. It's your birthright. But then there's also just having too much. There needs to be that balance, okay? That balance in having the right amount, feeling that, you know, you can give. You can give and share and feel that giving and that receiving, and just feel that complete incredible balance of all of that together. But again, it's talking about how money is not bad. Wealth is not bad. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It feels good. It makes life easier, but it just isn't the most important thing. We are here for a limited time. We have our life, and then we turn into spirit, okay? So you might as well enjoy it while you're here and work on that balance, because if you give things that are in your house that you have accumulating, and you give them or sell them to other people, that's going to make you feel a lot lighter, but it's going to, like, really help your energy start, like, moving in more of a rhythm, okay? So really get in that habit of, like, moving in that rhythm, and also asking for that abundance, asking for that fulfillment, because that's what that root chakra is about. Again, restructuring all the time. We're always evolving. We're always changing. So allow that to happen in your life in that beautiful balance. Okay. So I thank you very much for showing up for yourself. I thank you for showing up and listening to me. And I thank you so much for all of your support for my channel. I love you all. Mwah.